Nigga, and at the time, you know, to get a little student loan was they give you 26.25. That's how much they would give you.
Yeah.
That was the maximum, you know what I'm saying? So you had to carry 12 units. That was considered as full time. If you go part time, you only get part time money. You get, and see, every year, if you filled out your financial aid paperwork by May the 2nd, you would get Cal Grant B, which would give you a check every month. That check was like about $16 or something like that. It was a little short little check. And then, but if you would get Pell, then if you got a Pell grant, then you would get like 400 or 500. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what the max was, but they would break it up. You know what I'm saying? Twice a year, you get first semester and second semester checks. Well, oh my God, all me and my whole motherfucking crew, nigga, we was getting checks like a motherfucker, and then fucked around in Bank of America, set up that little shop at the college and shit, and you know what I'm saying, you got a little Lanyard motherfucking sports cup and motherfucking tile or whatever, and, you know what I'm saying, $500 limit, shit, nigga, we was signing up on all that bullshit, Discover card and all that shit, nigga, I fucked around, I had a Buffums, a Bullocks. Nigga, don't fuck with it. Nigga, don't fuck with this. Nigga, this the 80s shit. Nigga, this is on some, yeah, nigga, don't fuck with it. I see where you going with this. Nigga, I see where you going, okay? Okay. Nigga, then it catapulted over to Harris. Nigga, I had a motherfucking Harris card. Nigga, shit, yeah, hell yeah, don't fuck with it. So, nigga, I was getting my Floyd Roberts, motherfucking, fashion fair and shit, nigga. It wasn't no Mac shit, nigga. It was Floyd Roberts, motherfucking fashion fair, nigga. All that old type of shit. Hell yeah. We didn't have dealers. We still don't have dealers here, like at my little local malls and shit around here. We don't have dealers and shit, but we have what is that shit? Nordstrom. I've never shopped at Nordstrom's. And we have Macy's. I've never shopped at Nordstrom's. I've never shopped there, but I bought a dress at Dillard's. Me and Tommy I was going to the hoodies.
Now, we don't have Dillard's out here.
Huh?
I don't even know what Dillard's is like.
They have, but see, I was going to give you a little story, nigga. Okay, I was going to the Hoodie Awards some years back. And so in Vegas they have a Dillard's, and so they was having an all white party. Well, my dress, I was like, well, I need to get a dress. So Tommy was like, well, when I get there, I'm gonna take you go get a dress. So we went and got a dress at Dillard's. So that was the only time that I have ever bought anything, and Tommy bought me a dress at Dillard's, and I was like, wow, I never shopped at Dillard's. So anyway, on to something else.
I was trying to figure out how Dillard's like a Nordstrom, or is it like,
yeah, it's just like that. It's just like a Macy's and all that shit.
Okay.
It's just like that, identical like that. And and then they have Dillard's and shit in Louisiana. And so when I lived out there, my mother-in-law, you know, she was like, I got a Dillard's card, you know, like that was the shit. So, you know, I was like, you know, I didn't, so I don't know anything about Dillard's, you know, like that. And especially when back then, when I lived in Shreveport from 1994 to 1990, let's see, 1994 to 1996.
What was that like out there?
Nigga, oh my God. It was a culture shock like a motherfucker, because living here in Southern California, you know, we on some chill shit. You know what I mean?
Right,
we on some chill shit, and we ain't on no yes sir type old shit. So, short story, at the time I had my CNA license. I hadn't completed college yet to get my nursing degree. So I was a CNA at the time, and I remember working at this one place called Brentwood. I think it was called Brentwood. It was a behavioral center. I worked at this behavioral center called Brentwood. I was working through an agency, and I think it was called Brentwood, I think. And then I was working at Willis Knighton South, and then I also worked at LSU. But I was working at an agency at the time. And, you know, the agency would send you on, little jobs or whatever. And then I also worked at this other little convalescent hospital. And shout out to this girl that lived in Shreveport named Carla. I cannot remember your name, but she was another CNA that worked with me when we worked at Willis Knight and South. And she told me, she was prophesying on my life and shit. And she had told me, she said, Tina, I see you having 2 sons and a daughter one day. I see you going back to California. I mean, nigga, this motherfucker had me blown like a motherfucker. And at the time, I was just married and shit. And I had only been married a few months. And I was like, I wasn't even on no baby shit. Because we didn't have Anthony until 2 years after we got married, nigga. We was on some Hawaii, some old going to motherfucker. We had took the Enchanted Isles out of New Orleans. It was a cruise ship called Enchanted Isles. And that was my very first cruise that I had taken once we had got to Shreveport, and Tony had surprised me with a cruise on the Enchanted Isles, and we had went to the Western Caribbean.
No local cruise.
Nah, it wasn't no local shit, nigga. This was motherfucking 7-night, 8-day motherfucker. And we had we did the Western Caribbean. We went to Grand Cayman Islands, Montego Bay, Jamaica, and Cozumel, Mexico. And that was the first cruise I'd ever taken. But once I got to Shreveport, and I was, with my family and all that other kind of stuff. And then Tony was like, I got a surprise. I was like, what? And he was like, we're going on a cruise. We're going to drive to New Orleans. And I'm like, damn, nigga. I felt like that was a country mile like a motherfucker. Because we had to go through Alexandria and Mansfield and all this whole type of shit. And then there was Baton Rouge and all that old type of shit before we had got to New Orleans. And that was the longest drive, but it was so cool because I was in a car with my husband, my new husband, and we was trying to get to New Orleans to go catch the ship, and it was just a beautiful time. When I look back at that time, like you were asking me a while ago about my sex life being in my 20s, my sex life was not good, because that's why I don't give him no right of passage for cheating on my motherfucking ass. Let me just go and say that. But I also understand, because I just not out. I wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? So I knew that Tony was never with me for money. He was never with me. I never married him for the sake of having a child, or, I was already pregnant and he married me for that. He actually married me because he loved me, because there was nothing else. When I met Tony, I weighed about, let's see, in the 12th grade, I weighed about 270. In the 12th grade, and I went on Weight Watchers, and then I came down to 236. I never forget it. And then but I still didn't go to my prom or nothing. So, but I went to grad night and everything. But for grad night I weighed 236. And so when I met Tony, I was like, damn, I weighed my high school weight at 236. So I met Tony at 236, and from the time I met Tony, February 8th, 1992, we was fucking February 10th. Let me go and say that, because I met him that Friday night with my cousin, Robin, Monica, and those other girls. They called me to go to Norton Air Force Base to a club, to the NCO club. And at the time, Tony was an NCO. And I met him. They had an all-nighter, because it was every holiday weekends they would have what we call an all-night. I know I'm all over the place. Fuck it. And so, but yeah, nigga, because you fucked up my high shit. I was high as a motherfucker. So,
it's my fault. Huh?
Yeah, nigga, you fucked up my high and shit, nigga. It's all right, shit. I gotta go back up there, shit, nigga. I'm on the way. Yeah. So, yeah. So anyway, we went to all-nighter. And I had met Tony there that night, but he was kind of stalkerish and shit, and he wouldn't say anything, but he would follow me around and shit. And my girls was like, because I was the coat rack, I was always the fattest, so, and then too, I had a car, nigga, Pontiac, don't fuck with it. And so when they called me to go to the club, see, Monica had the Yugo. She was coming from Moreno Valley. I was coming from San Bernardino. I live right here at it, but I was always the fun friend. I was always the fattest, but I was always the ones that had everybody rolling, where everybody was throwing up. You know what I'm saying? Where I would set off the whole motherfucking barracks, because we was hanging with a lot of You know, well, they were hanging with a lot of military cats at the time, but you know, they would just call me up to ride if they was wanting to go to Camp Pendleton or 29 Palm or some shit like that. You know, Tina got, you know what I'm saying, she got the better car, her car's bigger, you know what I'm saying, and you know, and all that old type of shit. She got the bomb ass speaker system, cause and then I had put a motherfucking big ass boom box speaker motherfucking box in the trunk and shit, so that motherfucker was rattling, sounding crazy. And so you know, I had a bigger car than her Yugo. So when we would go out on different things like that, you know, going out to the base. As a matter of fact, the day when I had met Tony, which was that Friday night that we went to the club, that Monday when I had got out of that Sunday. I don't know if it was that Sunday or that Monday. Anyway, me, Monica, and my cousin Robin had went to 29 Palm. It was some nigga they wanted me to meet. Nigga, I can't believe I gave that nigga some pussy. That was a one night stand. I can't believe that shit. That nigga had the biggest dick in the world. I said, oh my God, because it wasn't my thing to do that. But I remember this shit like it was yesterday. And I was like, damn, this nigga straight. I'm straight giving this motherfucker some pussy. And it was like, I said, oh my God, I can't believe this. And I felt so dirty and so just disgusted. But it was like that nigga talked me out of my motherfucking pussy. I'll never forget that shit. That nigga talked me out of my motherfucking pussy, nigga. And we were on base at Camp Pendleton and shit. And here I done drove my shit down there because Monica's shit wouldn't make it and shit. And then they was already dating these two niggas that was down there, but I was just a sidekick. I was a driver. So then they friend had a friend and all this old type of shit. Tina gonna drive. That was a setup like a motherfucker. Y'all niggas wasn't really wanting to fuck with me. It was just the fact that I was the fattest, but was the coolest and the funniest. Nigga, I just peeped game like a motherfucker. I just cracked the code on that shit, didn't I? Yeah, them motherfuckers was only fucking with my ass because I had juice like a motherfucker and I was the coolest. You know, but it was like, you know, and my mom and them, you know, had a little money and shit. So, you know, I was like, girl, you ain't got your money, get in. Don't worry about it, girl. Shit, I got it, nigga. Shit, I'm going to go in first. And when they stamp my hand to come back out, bitch, we going to bump heads together. We going to rub these together, bitch. You going to go in with me. All that old type of shit. I always had the bigger titties. I always had the bigger titties, so I was able to always put shit up under them motherfuckers and shit. Yeah, I was a setup like I was getting used like a motherfucker. I didn't even realize it. Bitch, hold my purse. I'm getting ready to go dance with Tyrell and all that old type of shit. Nigga, I had an arm full of motherfucking coats and purses and shit. Every time we went, motherfucker, y'all niggas fuck me over. You know what? I just turned. Wee. Oh my God, look at me now. Look at me now. Yeah, look at me now. Look at me. Yeah, shit. And now I'm here. Now I'm here, goddammit. Now I'm here, goddammit. And still, ain't that a bitch? Yeah, I was holding y'all motherfucking coats and shit. And it was what it was, you know what I'm saying? But that nigga still paying every bill I owe. You understand me? That night that I met Tony still is A1 with it. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, yeah. And now, I think my girl Monica just got married. I think she's getting married or just got married in Atlanta here, I think. And my cousin Robin, she's in Texas somewhere.
Shout out to the ATL.
Yeah, shout out to that shit. But, you know, so yeah, it's like, man, you know, kind of trip out on how shit go and how shit turn out in life. Because when you're in your 20s and shit, you kind of be thinking, oh, I'm going to be with this nigga forever. But it don't always work out like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It don't always, because you always, in your 20s and shit, and when you love so much, because see, I love, nigga. You know, so, and, damn, nigga, I mean, I guess Tony was just my blessing. You know what I mean? Whereas because everybody back in that day that we were friends with and all those couples and shit, all them niggas is busted up. This nigga here on his third wife. I said, damn, nigga, it's you. Shit. Damn. I said, God damn, nigga. Shit. All them motherfuckers back in that day and shit.
Did you say everybody busted up?
Nigga, everybody busted up like a motherfucker. And I was the one that was feeding every motherfucking body. Nigga, when we was living in Greenbrier Apartments, nigga, apartment 3093. Don't fuck with it. We was on the third floor, building 18, okay? So, yeah, nigga, I was on the third floor, bomb-ass motherfucking apartment. That's when me and Tony was, you know, we was still on some couple shit. Didn't have no kids, bomb ass motherfucking apartment and shit, black ass motherfucking leather and leather sofa and love seat, nigga. I didn't get it off of Figueroa, nigga. This was straight from Levitt's. Don't fuck with it.
Oh my god.
Nigga, he took me to Levitt's, nigga. I thought I was winning. Got my dinette set from Matt Man's, nigga. Don't fuck with it. Shit, all my nigga, yeah.
Nigga,
So,
Levitt's, boy,
yeah, nigga, he had bought my shit from Levitt, so I thought I was really winning and shit. We had a red Beretta. I still had my J2000, so he started driving my J2000, and I started driving the Beretta because he was like, well, I'm gonna give you the better, the safer car. I was like, pfft. Nigga, I was in love like a motherfucker. Told you to take care of my motherfucking ass on some real shit. And everybody that was around me at that time was like, you know, and I was always the fattest, so they was like, damn, how she get this nigga to pay all her motherfucking bills, move her out of her mom and them house? Because when I met Tony, now all my girls that I was holding their coats and shit, you know, they was fucking with this nigga, that nigga, whatever, whatever. Am I telling stories? Oh my God, I'm telling the business. Anyway, nigga, shout out to this motherfucking Chronic.